Alright guys, I am trying a new tripod and angle, so I hope this is okay. It's not the fanciest tripod thing, but hopefully it'll get a good angle on it. But I wanted to show the sharpening of this Ozark trail knife. I did use it up until it was dull. I did try stropping it. It did do fine on the 4 micron. I didn't try any of the other higher ones other than 1. It didn't do much on the 1, so I'm guessing I should have continued with the higher micron, but about to clamp it on my TS Prof. I haven't adjusted anything. Let's see right here. Let's see if this will clamp it good. Some people requested that I, show the process, and I felt like I should oblige. And I'm just tightening up the clamps to secure the blade. You know, every system's got a different method. This one is a single clamp where it kind of has 2 clamp parts, and you can angle these to kind of fit different grinds. So as always, even when I'm knowing the angle, I will mark the edge with a Sharpie. And I will try to do a decent job at it. Some of the coating's coming off. I'm not sure if that's part of the bezel. The bezel. I'm so tired, I don't even know the name anymore. I will try starting off with 150 CBN. Now this is D2, so it doesn't really require it, but I pretty much use everything, CBN on everything. All right, try to get it centered on there. Now I will try to start at maybe, I'll see what angle it's sitting at right now. I'm gonna zero it on this base here. Zero it out, stick it on there. Right now that's at around 20 from the last sharpening, and I guess the distance from the clamp to the edge is pretty similar. Doesn't look like I'm hitting anything. I may be hitting the stud. Oh yeah, 20 is like literally right on the money. It's a little bit deeper here, but I'll keep it at 20. So lucky. Alright, so I'm not at the apex on the heel or the front, so that's going to take some grinding. I will do these dry or wet. I don't know. I haven't really tested it enough to know if there's a performance difference. It is easier to clean up the steel particles when I wet it down. I use trend lapping fluid. I have another bottle of it here. But it shouldn't take long other than apexing the tip and the heel. You can already see the steel particles coming off. I don't really care if any of that scratches up the finish. That's not really a priority for me. And I already set my stop, my rod stop up here, and I guess this is about the same dimensions as the previous blade I had on here, so I don't really need to, change it anymore. So I may fast forward through this part because it's pretty boring, but I will keep it recording. And I am hitting the studs, but I don't really care. If I were to go up and down right here at the heel and grind, it would hit the stud. I don't really feel like figuring out how to take that off, to be honest with you. Or taping up any of the, the stuff at the end. It's not like it's a expensive blade. Yeah, I've got a good ways to go back here on this heel on this side. So like I said, I will guess I'll keep doing it until something pops up, and I will talk to you guys, or maybe fast forward it. I'm not sure how I'll edit it. Alright, so I've got it pretty much profiled. Not too bad. The hardest, not the hardest, but the most time taken was at the heel, and I kept hitting the stud. I did try to take it off. I declamped it and tried to take it off. I don't know how to do it. It's not really worth the time. Figured all the time I spent on this knife, the more time I'm losing. But I got a burr. Let's see. You see the little shiny part at the end? I got a burr from heel to tip. I will put this back on the thing and start the next progression. Alright, sorry about my shitty camera work, guys. I'm gonna clean off my stone and the blade. That's mostly Sharpie and steel, and then I'm just gonna take it off here. Not really for the blade, more of not getting the grits cross-contaminated or whatever. So that was CBN 150. Not sure if I'll go any higher than 400, but we'll see how the edge feels after. Normally I will recheck my angle just to make sure any variances are taken out, but like I said, I don't really care. So just refining the edge, getting rid of the previous scratch pattern, and weakening the burr. Most of my time is spent on the profiling. If that part gets done pretty quickly, this becomes pretty easy. And what you notice is when you get up the higher grits, the burr will flip, and you can still see it, but it gets smaller. I'm not sure if you guys noticed that. That's a key thing for me to look at whenever I'm sharpening, because I like to visually see the burr. I mean, you can feel it. I'm sure they told you to feel it, and you can feel the catch on your finger. But with a good overhead light, I always just like to just see it, because you can see it glinting, especially with the way I at least have the light set up. And I don't really do a lot of work on these unless I'm really polishing, especially for a working edge, or if I'm like trying to do something super sharp or trying something. It's pretty sticky, not bad. I may keep it here. I may go up a grit. I don't really see the point in like mirror polishing this guy or taking it to a super high grit. Yeah, you can still feel it catching a bit. It's harder to see, but the glint is there. It's very small. So it's deburring pretty good. Gotta give him that. Kudos, Ozark Trail and whatever slave labor y'all used. You know what, I'm gonna go up to 800. It's J800, not necessarily 800 grit. I think it's around 1,000 grit, because these are measured a little differently. So I'll pause it and go to 800. All right, back to this is J800. These are Poltava metallic bonded CBN stones, or I think it's cubic boron nitride. I think it's a little less hard than diamond, but it's got, I believe, more cutting facets. And it leaves a finish I like, and an edge aggression I like. I haven't used my metallic bonded, or resin bonded diamond stones in a while. I need to get some better ones. I have like a lower quality resin bonded diamond from Eve, but they don't clamp real well because they're not the ones with the aluminum backing, so I just don't like to use those. So this is my go-to. They get a lot of work, these CBN stones, but I think I do need to refinish him, and I do need to etch him. I feel like I need to etch him sooner or later, but just haven't had the will to go through all that. I'm not really handy, and you gotta use ferric chloride and neutralize it once it's done, and I'm just not built like that, to be honest with you. Try to find someone to do it. I'd be more than happy to pay them, but that kind of fell through, so it is what it is. I'll probably just flatten them, dress them up a little bit, especially the lower grits, because they get a lot of work, the 150 and 400 especially. And the 800 does too, but that's not as much as those first two stones. I'm just doing end of the edge strokes, following my scratch pattern. Really letting the weight of the stone do the work. At this point, I do flip often. Now you see me going fast. I just have the muscle memory to know when to take the pressure off and on, especially at the tip. I know that's a point where people not struggle, but they're not experienced with when they're getting to the tip. So take your time when you're sharpening if you're new. And obviously, if there's anything that I'm not describing or you need more explanation, feel free to message me or comment on wherever this video is posted, and I'll do my best to get back to you. But what I'm doing is I'm just flipping the burr back and forth. I'm weakening it, kind of like when you get like a tin can and you have a pop lid. When you kind of go back and forth with it, it'll eventually come off. The cleaner you remove that burr, the better your ending apex will be. I think, at least. That's my hypothesis. I think the knife might have shifted. Oops. It's alright, it wasn't. I think it's just shifting whenever I'm flipping it around because I didn't clamp it really tight. If it was a knife I cared about, it would be a big deal, but it's really not. Like I said, the more time I spend on this guy, the more ridiculous it seems. Alright, let's go ahead and clean it off and just drop it. I'm not going to do any crazy stropping. I'm just going to use 1 micron like I normally do. Clean off my stones. And it is important you guys clean off your blade. I'm using just 91% isopropyl alcohol. Because you don't want to get all that steel residue from other grits on your strops, and you don't want to cross-contaminate it. Yeah, it's not bad at 800, so this was the ending stone that I used. So this is it's hapstone. It's older than I think the premium. I got these before those premium hapstone metallic bondeds came out. But as you can tell, I need to refinish those. Ideally, I'd like to etch them, but I haven't had a chance. These I keep them in a baggie now because I don't want them to get cross-contaminated. But I have 3 of these. These were sent by Max over at Stroppy Stuff. Very nice leather, nice and flat. This currently has 1 micron Stroppy Stuff on it. That dark stuff is just steel that got on there when you're stropping. So I just start at the tip and go into the edge. Basically, we're just deburring it fully. Ideally, you want to deburr as much as you can, if not all the way, with your stones. That can take a while, especially at lower grit, depending on the steel and the heat treat. Even the same steel of different makers and heat treats can deburr completely different. Whether that's an indication of performance, it's just something I notice when I'm sharpening stuff. So the only time I pause the video is to kind of save you guys from the boring stuff and I had to answer some messages. I'm literally on my phone because I don't have a camera. I think I might have dropped it too much. I kind of got carried away, but we'll finish here on my side here. But it's my only method of recording. So normally I'll try to listen to an podcast, which I normally do all day, but I guess now I'm talking to you guys. All right. See, it got a little dirtier. Getting the steel off there. So, I mean, maybe I messed it up. Who knows? Maybe I'm going to embarrass myself. But whatever the results are, I will upload it. So the studs are all beat up, but it's okay. All right. I'm going to get a piece of magazine paper, my handy dandy U-line magazine. Get these at work. I'll just bring one home whenever I run out of paper. I don't really have quick access to newspapers, so that's what I use. I need to get more rolling paper. I've been using that because that stuff is not easy to cut, especially freestanding, but I do like to. All right, so there's the edge. Like I said, I just set it at 20 according to my angle cube. Only part I'm not 100% sure is right at the heel, because it's got a little bit of a smile at this side. But yeah, it's damn sticky. All right, here we go. Trying to contend with my ceiling fan. So yeah, it's sharp as far as I can tell. Push cutting good. Front the heel's good. Let's check out the heel. Yep. Did it catch there? No, I just that angle. All right, there you guys go. I will edit this up and upload it, and then you guys let me know for your thoughts, questions, concerns. How shitty did I do? And then we'll see how long this edge lasts. Peace.